All right, so we are here, day two of dry decorating. We are here the Saturdays in December before Christmas, and then we come back the week after Christmas, 26th through the 31st, and we decorate those days as well. So this is our second day of decorating. We call this dry decorating because what we're doing is just dry materials. We're putting rice, we're putting dry flowers, we're putting beans, that kind of thing on the floats, things that aren't going to go bad, right? We also have, I'll show you in a little bit, a lot of flowers that we're prepping. So we're like cutting the straw flower, and we're cutting the status and things like that. So this is the Lutheran Hour Ministries float. It's called Team Jesus, or we're calling it Team Jesus. And we are, you can see there's a church back here, and with the scaffolding you might not be able to see it, but the blimp is leaving the church, and then it's sharing Jesus with everyone around, and we're welcoming people into the Team Jesus. So that is this float. The pedal pushers, in addition to decorating the Lutheran Hour Ministries float, we have 5 other floats this year right now that we are helping to decorate. So what I like to do on these days when I'm here, which is all the days, is show you the status of the floats that we are decorating. So like I said, we have these 6 floats that we are completely decorating and making sure that they get done if it's not one that we're completely decorating. And then we're also in charge of the flower tent as well. So this is one of the floats that we're decorating, and this is Apple TV. If you watched the video last week, you saw that there was like no color, and it was just beginning to take shape. And this week, look at this. It's color, they're starting to work on it. We also have people that are prepping the flowers for it, all of that. But this is Apple TV. And so as you watch over the weeks, over the days, you'll see this come to life. All of them come to life. These ladies here are cutting status flower. I'll show that in a little bit. I want to bring you over to this float and show you the straw flower. There's different colors of straw flower. I'm going to come in over your head. Excuse me. This is the red straw flower. So you can see the shades of red, and then you can see what they're cutting here is they're specifically picking the red parts off. Sometimes like on here, if there's the yellow, they'll pick the yellow off and they'll cut that in a different spot because they'll want the different colors for different places. But here we're going for the red, and then after they cut it, then they're going over here and they're actually gluing it onto these roses. And I'll show you a completed rose in a little bit. It's over on the back side of the float. So that is the whole process. It needs different steps, different people to complete the process. So this float is the City of Santa Fe Springs. This is a float that we are helping make sure that it gets decorated. It's a nice big one. They're new this year. And I will show you, they have the completed rose on the back side here. Let's see, where do I want to go?
Opposite, right? Yeah, now the other way. Yeah. Yes, now you're starting this way. You're starting from here.
Okay, we have one of the completed or partially completed roses back here with that red straw flower. So this is what it looks like after it's done. So the rose will be tipped upside down. Right now it's here so it can dry, but it'll be tipped right side up, and it'll be put, I'm guessing, in one of those. Do you see that black thing sticking out? It'll probably stick right into there. So this is City of Santa Fe Springs. And then this is the other side of the Lutheran Hour Ministries float. And let's go over here. I think they're cutting status, so we can show you what it's like to cut the status. Status comes in different shades. There's the purple, there's the pink, and there's blue. This is more on the pinkish end, I would say. So it comes like this, and then they dry it out, and then they cut it so that you pick just, I'm gonna go right here, so you cut just the little flower off. And then it goes into the box, and then you collect it. I think we have a bag over here. Let's say hi. Look at all these. Ooh, they're so pretty. Those are gonna go up here on the blimp. I don't see the bag, but then they'll keep them in a bag and then they'll blend them or whatever consistency they need. And it'll be, so like the Jesus, that is Status. That's not really the shade that they are cutting right now. That's more the purplish blue up there. It's more like the blue. They have more of a pinkish shade, so different, it's all Status, but it just depends on which shade we're looking for. Okay, so that's Team Jesus. There's Apple TV. This is City of Sandy Prairie Springs. This is City of Alhambra. This is another one that we're helping make sure that it gets decorated. They have a lot of straw flower. Let's see, I think maybe they like the yellow straw flower. I just showed you the red straw flower. This is the yellow straw flower here. And so this is what the yellow straw flower looks like. And it's the same thing. You cut it all the way down, right? All the way down into here. And then, like I said, sometimes it's blended. Just depends on the consistency that they're looking for. And they have a lot of straw flower on here. Lots of yellow on this float. I'm guessing that the purple here will be the Status. And then you can see some of this yellow on the bee is already done. Okay, then this one is Rotary. And Rotary is another one that we are helping make sure gets decorated this year. I think you can see the black has already been done. So they start with the dark colors and then they'll go in with the lighter color. I'm never the best at that, but I'm guessing the white will be crushed white rice is my guess. I might be wrong. I've been known to be wrong. The giraffe looks like he's got a lot done on him. Lots of cute little animals on here. So this is the Rotary float. And then the other float that we are helping make sure gets decorated is the City of Hope float. And that one is right over here. And then I'm gonna hand it over. We'll walk around to the front. Here's like the blenders. So you can see the blenders. We have 3 of them here. And it's depending on what it is that they're blending and they're kneading, is they'll blend it to the consistency that they need it. Or maybe blend 2 colors together, right? So it just depends on what it is that they're looking for. They have so much practice and years of experience that they know what creates what so that they can get the look that they're looking for. So this is City of Hope. So those are the 6 floats that the pedal pushers are in charge of either fully decorating or supporting. So City of Hope brings in their own volunteers, but when they don't have enough volunteers to complete the job, we are there to step in and to make sure that the floats get fully decorated by judging. Sorry about that. The last place I want to show you is our flower tent. And right now what we're doing is filling the vials to each of the roses, and some of the more tender flowers has to go into its own vial. So it has its own individual vial filled with water. And I've been told that it's mixture. I don't know. I haven't tasted it to know for sure. All of these shelves will be full of roses in just a couple of weeks. All of these. This whole room will be full of flowers. Right now in the back there, I don't know if you can see, that's the Status flower that we were talking about. So they'll be drying those out and they'll all be cut because they need to go on the float somewhere. So here, we have some folks outside, some pedal pushers that are working on the vials. And this is what the vials look like. So each rose goes into its own individual vial, and then we're called the pedal pushers because once these are full of roses, then you push these into the float. So So we're the pedal pushers. So they individually fill these, but it's a better method than what we've had in the past. In the past, they had to, let me pick this back up. They would have to take this lid off. Here, they'd have to pop that off and fill the vial and then put the cap back on. And I think we have some folks out here that are filling vials. I can show you the new process. We have a couple of them out here. Lots of vials. So here we have water bottles, or they're kind of like ketchup bottles, right? So ketchup bottle kind of thing. They're full of, now is it just water or is there a solution? Do you know?
No, just water.
It's just water, okay.
Yeah, straight out of it.
Okay. And they're just individually filling, if they're empty right here, so you can see they're empty, and she's just filling it into the bucket. So it's better than having to stick your hand in that cold water. Right now it's not cold because it's a beautiful day. And there it is, ready to go. Thank you guys so much.
You're welcome.
You're welcome.
And here, he's getting the vials out of the bin. Those are all left over from last year. And putting them in the buckets so that they can fill them. The whole process. All right, so that is what we have going on. We will talk to you guys later. Have a good day.